Okay, so we should be up, and right, we need to be there, and that needs to be there, and I need to open the thing.
Oh, it says we are live.
Okay, and then I need to do the thing and open the
Oh,
thing.
there we are. Evan's here.
Okay, good. Oh, I kind of do love couscous and quinoa. But why aren't you showing me us subscriptions?
Why are you seeing couscous and quinoa?
These advertisements, man, they're getting smarter. They know how long it's been. I haven't had quinoa or couscous in some time. Or tabbouleh. What's the other one that's... Okay, so I love polenta, all right?
Okay.
And I love risotto. I love them both. Polenta is just like a magical thing I had no idea existed for many, many years. And now I'm just big into it. And risotto is just great as well. If there's a risotto option floating around anywhere at a restaurant, I'm probably going to go for that risotto option. By the way, what are your thoughts on gnocchi?
I love it.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I think that we figured that out. So this is going to be a real short stream. So bye, everybody.
Cool. That was all we needed to talk about, right?
Yeah. Anyway, oh, hi, Tim. Polenta is the easiest thing to make of all time, really?
I mean, you just kind of put it in hot water and let it do its thing.
Dang, I've never even tried. Also, like...
And Jasmine, you're right. I actually prefer gnocchi over risotto.
I don't put them in the same category. I don't know. It's kind of like saying, like, you prefer music to baseball. It's like, why are you even comparing the two? You can do both.
Because if someone had a gnocchi dish and a risotto dish and I could only eat one of them, I would go for the gnocchi.
I would take them both and eat half and then take them both back home.
But what if they wouldn't let you? What if they were like, no, you have to choose one? Which one would it be?
This is Trigun all over again. You can do both.
I prefer music to baseball. That's what's showing up.
Okay, obviously, if the two were dangling off a cliff, yes, I would say music and not baseball. But, I mean, you can do both. You don't have to choose.
Poor baseball.
We live in a world with both. Anyway, so it's like, honestly, let me tell you, because I think this probably has happened before. If I'm there sitting at a menu and it's like, all right, here's a gnocchi dish and here's a risotto dish, I would probably say, hey, is there any way I can get like a side of gnocchi or a side of risotto? And they will usually say yes, because they can do it. Why would you not?
I mean, you're right. Evan has a point, though. Baseball is too specific. Music is broad. So, like, that would be music or sports. That would be a better...
No, but that's... See, risotto is more of a side dish, right? And gnocchi is more of a main dish. Now, I know that they're both, like, not totally there, right? So, I still...
I feel like you're answering something different, but go on.
You're probably right, actually. You're probably right. Okay.
We're good.
By the way, is Mateus here? I haven't seen.
I have not seen pop up yet.
Okay. Well,
this is great.
I mean, sometimes Costco stuff is great, sometimes it's not. You know, you just need to know what you're doing when you're going in there. Ugh. Yeah.
Cool.
Because let me tell you, you can get that Talenti gelato there. Okay, right.
Are you ready for poll?
I think so, yeah. I don't even remember what the poll was. What was it?
Third person pronouns.
That's right.
And
Yay.
3 options were presented to the patrons.
Mm-hmm.
And in third place, with only 2 votes, distinct third person pronouns.
Okay, so that was the middle option, right?
Yeah, that was option B.
Okay.
Option C came in right above it with 4 votes.
Really? Okay.
There was a clear preference. Like, this was almost landslide.
Wow.
It was landslide. It was almost unanimous. Distinct third-person pronouns with animacy split. That was not preferred.
Okay.
The preferred option with all the votes was option A, no distinct third-person pronouns.
Yay!
And David is proud of everybody.
You've done it!
For choosing the right option.
You chose my secret right option.
Because there was an answer.
There was an answer, and you chose it. I thought everybody was going to go for the animously split. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Yuan says we never go for the middle option. So make sure you don't put that in the... Whatever you want, don't put it in the middle. Oh, hey, Logan.
Okay. So, all right. Then what that means is that we're going to create first and second person pronouns. We'll decide later if there's going to be a dual, but at least singular and plural. But no third person.
Yes, that may be our poll for next week.
Yeah. And no third person pronouns. Instead, we're just going to use demonstratives, which means that, say it to this one and that one said and so on. I really like the thought of that. Also, my other chat program is blowing up. There must be NBA news. Missed it. Oh, well. Okay. Good. Is that like Hindi? How could I have forgotten that? That seems like something that would be really basic and easy to remember.
I can't help you out because off the top of my head, I don't remember their pronouns. I'd have to actually look it up.
I mean,
I was also, though, trying to remember where we left off. And in our document, I feel like we made a lot of decisions last week, but also have so many more.
Yeah, we got to come back to this. Remember? Like, that's the big thing. Yeah, I know.
Yes. And now I remember we did some adjective kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a real yak shaver. So, like, we went back several levels.
A what?
Yak shaver, so like a yak shaving problem. We've talked about yak shaving.
No, which is why I'm just staring at you right now.
Oh, we've totally talked about yak shaving. I know I've talked to you about yak shaving. It is a real thing that I'm not making up. Oh, first of all. But
I think you are making up that.
Yeah, in fact, if you type
that I knew.
No, if you type like yak shaving into Google, it'll take you to like an old style 90s website that describes it. But it was a very specific story and a convenient analog. But it was the type of thing where it's like, we have to decide on how we're going to do the partitive. And it's like, in order to decide on the partitive, we have to decide where modifier is going to come from. And if we have to decide where modifier is going to come from, we have to figure out, are we doing adjectives? And then if we're doing adjectives, we need to figure out do they come from nouns, or do they do this? And basically you just start putting off the thing that you actually have to do by layer after layer after layer after layer of other things that are supposedly dependent. So that by the end of all of these layers, you have to go outside and shave the yak. Because everything now depends on it.
Okay. But people in chat are supporting you.
Okay.
And even saying, I guess you've seen Ren and Stimpy.
No.
Oh, okay. So that's apparently in Ren and Stimpy.
It is?
Maybe. I'm just reading what's up here.
Well, that seems like it would be much more well known than some random webpage. So, I mean, sounds plausible. No, was not a fan of Ren and Stimpy.
Psycho Donkey says, so shaving a yak is like peeling a monstrous onion?
I'd rather shave a yak.
Give me the onion.
When I was 18 and a senior in high school, I worked at Togo's, which is a local sandwich chain here in California. And one of the jobs was cutting mass amounts of onions, like pounds of onions.
I remember where we were last week at the end. And I just totally... I was listening. I know, you were cutting onions. You had to do it a lot.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You'd rather shave a yak.
Yep.
But we we're working on the problem of how to do the sticky possum.
Oh, the sticky possum problem.
Yes, because we have the two side by side right now where it's just possum sticky. Or
Yeah.
sap, possum sap is like what we have side by side right
Right.
now.
Yes.
And the question was, that's when we got on to participles and what we're going to do. And so the auxiliary, do you remember the auxiliary discussion?
Oh my goodness.
So that's where we actually left off last week. We didn't leave off on the orange, brown, golden, whatever part. We didn't leave off on that part because we never actually made it back.
Okay.
Like that's where we started.
Okay.
But we didn't actually make it back.
Did we give the part that we're on a color or no?
No, it's above the big red I from idea. If you scroll up, there is an orange, the sticky possum. But like that whole part below is what we had been talking about. Oh, in Ren and Stimpy, yak shaving was the main feature of a holiday in the vein of Christmas.
Oh. But did they describe the yak shaving problem, or did somebody just take that idea and then name the problem after it?
So.
Yes.
This is where we were. And then we decided we needed a poll and we needed to think. And yeah we have some verbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are.
Just these are good ideas right here. I get that. Kind of do this a lot, but that's okay. This I remember was the key idea. And I needed to figure that out. Now this is interesting. Okay, no, I get it. And we're doing this. Okay. It feels like this is important. Like
that, yeah, I mean, you definitely mapped that out, and that's where we were going with. Yes, it was very important because that's also how we got onto the discussion of postpositions. Yeah.
Yeah. You ever seen Memento?
Start watching our last episode before.
Yeah. But seriously, have you seen Memento?
Yeah.
It sometimes feels like that. We just open this up, and these are the tattoos on our body, and we're trying to figure out what on earth we meant.
It's a good question.
Don't believe the possum's lies.
Will is trying to learn the opening part of AJR's Sober Up on the cello. Sounds really cool back there.
Oh, nice.
So I have music. I don't think anyone else can hear it.
Every time I think of that, by the way, I hear the Beach Boys' I Can Hear Music. It's a good song.
Because the participles were forming postpositions, which is why we were saying like the stick coming or...
Yes.
Yeah.
The opossum, the stick coming, the mountain climbed it. Yeah, it's wonderful. I like that. This is good stuff.
I feel like we're done with the language. I just heard you speak it. It was the special language voice. Therefore, we have it.
Ugh. Okay. All right. So, that's good, and that's fine, and that's wonderful, and fantastic. And then this is good. And so we keep coming back to this same problem, where on the one hand, we want to derive adjectives from nouns. And like sap to sticky just seems really, really, really easy. Yes. And then we get stuck with the same issue of, do we want some sort of exponential like reification on this thing, right? Or do we just want to leave it? But then if we leave it, what prevents it from just being noun apposition? And so I don't remember if we were leaning this way or not, but if we did this, postposition. Is that a little long for adjectival phrases? Maybe they just use adjectives less in this language because they're a bit too convoluted.
I mean, if it's a short postposition.
Yeah. But like, if it was a postposition and it was going to still be used as a postposition, I think that it wouldn't glom in one instance and not in the other, you know? So like it wouldn't become like an adjectival suffix and then not a case suffix. And then we didn't want to do that. We wanted a small, very, very small number of cases. You know what I mean?
Right. I was the one who said I didn't want zero derivation for this.
Yeah.
That's where this started. And I think you're leaning towards zero derivation.
No. Like, obviously, yes. Last week I was totally leaning towards zero derivation because I love it. But I want to make your dream happen. I want for there to be some sort of thing there. We can do that, right?
I mean, I think we can do anything we set our minds to.
My concern is with a full postpositional construction, it's just going to get a little bit too unwieldy, which will lead users of the language to use the construction less. Okay. And then, okay,
Ooh,
wait. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Tanguy agrees with me. Tanguy agrees with Jesse. No zero derivation.
Every voice I does has vocal fry. Let's be clear about that. And it's not called vocal fry, it's called damn creaky voice. Did you know that used to be my nickname in college? In
damn
linguistics?
Creaky voice?
Creaks. Like Creaks or Creaky Voice Dave?
No, I did not. This is brand new information.
Yeah, I was used as a way to demonstrate creaky voice in phonetics, and that's where it started.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we got this. Can the postposition be greedy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at a different thing. Can the opossum speak in the third persons? In other words, just get rid of first person pronouns too.
This one.
This one has many ideas about the wonders of Canaan.
But apparently maybe not the wonders of the stars. Oh, Evan agrees with me too. Oh, I got people on my side here. Because it was Logan, I believe, who pointed it out, right? That possums may not actually be able to see the stars.
Yeah. Thanks for that. They can sense that they're there. Look, we can't see stuff, but we still pretend we can.
They hear about them, and so they you know.
But no, I wanted to be clear what I was saying, going back to Evan's comment. I wasn't saying that we couldn't have cases, right? And couldn't have postpositions. Obviously, you have both. But what I'm saying is that we wanted a small number of cases, so if we had a case phrase, it wasn't going... I'm sorry, if we had a postpositional phrase, it was going to be the case that it glommed, right? To become a case, because we didn't want that, right? It was going to stay unglommed, which means longer, which means iconicity, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's what I meant. Thank you, Sacco Donkey. Sure.
This is nonsense. Okay. So, getting back to our issue then, since...
No, you're fine. Nobody can hear music coming from my end, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we're fine. They're listening to music out there. And I'm jealous of them. Okay.
But you're in here conlanging.
Yeah, no, that's right. How could I be jealous of anybody? What am I doing? Okay, so back to the... Okay.
Yes. Yes,
okay,
back to the issue.
You know that song? Back to life, back to reality.
Reality, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just had to double check. Okay, so there's a lot of music that I just have in here because, I listened exclusively to rap as a younger child. Um, and then they played stuff that was like adjacent to. So it's like that's where I heard "Let's Dance" by David Bowie. That's where I heard "I Will Survive" constantly. That was a great one. But that's also where I heard Amy Grant for the first time because I don't know, they loved "Baby Baby."
Baby, baby, yes.
Hugely
From her
popular.
Heart in Motion album.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just
Ah.
said album in a really weird way, but happens. Okay, so focusing.
Yes.
What? So we're going postposition, which may come from participles.
Okay, the opossum coming. Let's can can you think of a verb that's like really ambitransitive? So like it okay, here we go. Possum eating.
Climb.
It's a little gruesome, but what I meant is like it goes equally well as a active participle and passive participle. Um, so it's like if this is going to come from the opossum sap with, and with is going to come from joining, something like that. Then we're back to here and asking how do we want to do these participle constructions. And I know that we brought up aspect, right? We were talking about maybe having an aspectual distinction that only shows up in the participles.
Right. And that's actually, Alk is reminding us to look at the big idea note below, um, where HA is used in verbal aspectual distinction. And it could come from an adverb meaning there.
Unfortunately, that really is a distinction between imperfect and perfect, where we actually want a distinction between active and passive, right?
Right. That's
And they often overlap. So you will often get a perfect participle becoming a passive participle. Very rare to get an Esperanto type thing where you can actually distinguish every single, you know.
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Combo, every combo, yeah.
Yeah, with all their little stats and traits, and cute little baseball cards. I'm the future passive participle.
Okay, so we actually already have a verb for to bite. You could change eating to biting. And then we could actually try to like
makes a lot more sense.
do. And then the possum is just bitten instead of eaten.
Yeah. And then now we also have words for angry and unlucky.
That's kind of perfect. Okay. So, where to next? What do we do besides plug in our two words and stare at it? And try to decide.
It can't be that simple, right? Nice. I'm going to be on a podcast. That's cool. Okay.
What? Just a second. Someone's asking if you can zoom a little bit, please. I think maybe some people are
I knew I was zoomed in more. I just
Not
updated.
able.
I just updated the OS, so you know that's what's going on here. All the settings were undone.
That's right.
Nice.
Right. Okay, so Alk said we. Oh wow, that's much nicer.
Yeah.
Alk said, "What about we had that note about do and go as auxiliaries."
Yeah, and those are absolutely going to be auxiliaries, and that was fine. How is that related?
I don't know. I was just reading.
Now, okay, now I see what he's saying though, because if they're going to be auxiliaries, then I guess they're going to have to pair with the verb in some form. The question is, some non-finite form, and the question is, was it just going to be a straight up infinitive, or was it going to be something else? So, something participial or that nature.
Okay, I like this idea of at and with. Where do they come from?
Well, like the thing that we have in English, I'm a go into the store. That comes from at.
Sure, no, but historically, what protoform would you think of for creating the word at specifically? Like
Stand, sit, wait. I don't know. One of those. That one's easily got. And
or is
then
it easily gotten?
I feel like it's more antiquated to say got. Is that true?
I don't know. I would say gotten there.
I I think they're okay. If they're gonna do a Google fight, yours is more accurate, but I don't know. It just I was trying to be folksy.
Is that what folksy is to,
I don't
to
know.
you?
Like folksy and quaint, like going out to the woods in like a full trailer, as opposed to going to a fancy hotel.
It is very, very, very folksy of you. And the way I just said I did not get my L in there. It probably sounded like I said something very different.
What? What?
Folksy. Folksy.
What? Are you just joking right now? What?
What? Why are you?
What? Like, is there a television program to you that is called Queer as Folk? Do you say that?
But you still get. Never mind.
Wait.
Never mind.
No.
It changes the vowel quality.
It does not. Do you say it for real? Like for real? Would you say
I'm moving on. Let's
folksy?
talk.
Hang on.
Let's.
Just say
Well,
the
now
wording
I
question real
can't.
quick.
I can't do it on the spot, or I'm not gonna know how I really say it. I've got to It's just got to be there.
You like all gentle folk?
No, I just keep saying it. But no, okay.
Like,
we'll come back.
it's-
We'll come back to that discussion.
I mean, for me, it's like folks and focus. Right? They're basically the same word, just with an extra vowel. Focusing, folksy. This.
I don't know. See, if you start thinking about it, you don't know how you say it. So
Yeah. That is.
being on the spot, I think I get a bit of a vowel. I think the L that is no longer fully there left a trace on the vowel. But I'm only saying that because I think that's how I say it. I'm not 100% sure, and if I say it right now, it's going to be in a sort of affected.
We're gonna have to do
situation.
phonetic study, Chelsea.
Okay.
Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Okay. Here she comes.
Hi, my hands are a little chalky.
Were you drawing outside?
Yeah, I was chalky.
Nice. Loving the rainbow shirt, by the way.
Oh, it's not just that.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
You are a rainbow.
Actually, well, that is another thing.
Yeah, it's got a little hole. Sometimes that happens.
Yep.
Yep.
I have 2 pants now with holes.
You have 2 pants with holes, really?
Yeah. The other like rainbow one has purple, blue, and white, and it tears a little bit too. But Mama is excellent sewer.
Yes, she is.
She can definitely sew my pants back.
You want to know something funny about Daddy?
What?
Daddy used to get new pants and then cut holes in the knees. Because that was the cool thing to do when I was a kid.
Daddy, you should have done that. There's new pants.
Yeah, that's exactly what my mother said. Yes, you're
Both
right.
of you. It's not so silly when you do it because it's not permanentizing if you cut holes in your new pants and just throw them away in the trash.
That's right. She told us.
By the way, Agohiza has my back. Sorry if I mispronounced your username, but apparently, like, there could be some effect, like a bit of a different vowel can show up there. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Yeah, it sounds like you dove deep down the near merger rabbit hole. Okay. So, all right.
Applesauce Project pronounces the L.
Then I'm going to start pronouncing your name, Applesauce Project. I do say both. I've always said both, and it feels like an L should be there. I don't say South as much anymore.
You took the L away from folk.
It was never there. It was there. What are you talking about?
Oh my god. Okay. We're doing something.
Right.
We're doing something.
Okay, so I really...
Oh my god, this is great. It's spelled Applesauce Project, but pronounced Cupcake Parade.
Oh, and that is a genre of music I want to hear. Okay, so I'm delighted that you're happy with this. Do you accept this? Knowing, by the way, that what we're literally going to be saying is a possum bite at and a possum bite with.
I'm not. So the with I'm less excited about.
It was a try. I was a try to unify the adjective and one of the participles, you know.
Right, but like I almost want a postposition that indicates like toward, like
but that's...
to or toward, in or something that like indicates. I know you're looking at me funny now, but like that's what I feel right now. That's where my conlanging heart is falling right now.
So that's basically the same thing though as at though. The whole idea is at. It's like the biting is happening at you.
Oh, I think of at. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. The extra L sometimes makes me feel like I have different senses.
It's because
prepositions.
It's because you like going at side.
It sounds about right, actually. At side is where all the fun is.
Mm-hmm.
What if we did like out versus in or something? Okay, you're not sold on that idea, obviously, right away.
I'm having a hard time with it. Give me a moment. Remember, these things are coming from verbs ultimately. So what we're talking about here is bite, leaving, and
Tanguy says, "What about to and from?" Or sorry, Applesauce Project said that. Tanguy said at and from. So what about from?
The opossum, so...
I know why I say the L.
Okay.
Volkswagen.
Right, but you... Even in English...
Auf
you,
Deutsch. Volks.
Ja, aber auf Englisch, es ist
Yes.
Volkswagen, ja?
But I've already told you that sometimes I have crossover from German to English in ways you wouldn't expect.
Ai, das ist nicht so gut. And something like that.
Oh, and Jake, yeah, no, we don't actually have any of the words yet in terms of in, inside, prepositions. We've postpositions. We've got none of those. Kara says, what about a verb for to suffer for the passive one?
It's a little too on the money, but I am going to write it down.
NW watching, ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Es ist nicht sehr gut, aber es ist okay.
Mehr gut von mir. I don't even know if that was right. I love speaking German.
Besser?
Ja,
Mehr gut?
Mehr besser? Mehr besser? Ich weiß nicht.
Besser.
Ja, besser.
Besser.
Besser von mich. Von mich oder von mir?
Yeah. But that seems like the wrong preposition, but als ich. Besser als ich. Ja?
Besser als ich?
Ich denke.
Also. Super.
But I could be wrong. When I lived there, it was, das ist der Hammer.
Oh my God, really?
Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Applesauce Project says, ooh, with the ooh and everything. For passive voice, what about deriving it from dead or playing dead? Oh, thank you. Heian. Sorry if I mispronounced your username.
Besser
I
als
was correct.
ich?
I
Als
was
ich?
correct.
Von der Nominativ? Mit der
Das ist nicht
Nominativ?
nur der Hammer, das ist der ganze Werkzeugkasten. Yes! Oh, that is great.
Werkzeugkasten. I have no idea what that means. This is just... I love German because for me it's just like reading Japanese. It's like, yeah, don't know that
It's like-
character.
It's like it's the whole, what's the word I want? Shop.
Werkzeug is...
Toolbox shop. A toolbox.
Toolbox. Ah, it's the whole toolbox. It's not the hammer, it's the whole toolbox. That's so good.
I lost
See?
my word in English. I was like, the shop, the box.
It's so much more fun when you actually know vocabulary. But I still love just giving it a shot. Oh, poor German. I've destroyed it in Germany. It's just so much fun. Okay.
Cool.
So we're now branching off in many different directions because
So many.
like we're also talking about creating an actual passive form, which we're not at yet. We were just trying to get these participles down so that we can get to the adjectives, so that we can get back to the other problem.
Sorry. I'm totally, yes. I feel
Too many words I don't know, but I'd like to hear it
Like-
in my head. Mm-hmm.
What are you feeling? Okay, so I like the top two the best out of everything that's typed here, out of the three.
Okay,
Out of the three.
good, because I
I
didn't
like
want
the
to.
top two.
I didn't want to have to worry about that, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, suffer is kind of a big concept to have to think through.
I mean, sometimes, but like it can be just like a straight from the beginning one, and it
It's
does make
true.
sense for our possums.
Right.
But I didn't want to necessarily nail it down for this because it can do so much more if we needed to.
Right. I agree with you on that.
Okay.
And so, are you happy with at and from?
I am for this reason. I'm imagining if you are at the biting, then obviously you're the one doing the biting. If you are, on the other hand, are the one getting bitten, then you're probably trying to get away from the biting.
Very true. Very true. Now, I mean, I guess, yeah, obviously not all verbs. Never mind. Yes, I like it. We're good.
Okay.
So now we need words for stand and leave / escape.
Yeah. Yes, we do. And then we're going to turn them into postpositions and then leave their roots longer in case we want to still use them as verbs.
We just keep getting German comments. I keep getting sidetracked.
Okay, what's Witz?
Joke.
Oh, really? Well, that's cute. Is it related to wit?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then, okay, but if that was our protoform, what would it end up being? Let's take a look over at our handy sound change applier. Yeah!
It is indeed related to wit. I just looked at that. Oh, yes. We need sound change applier. Yes. Okay, we need verbs, right?
That doesn't seem right. No, that is right. That's right. We can have things that end in things, right? And by things, I mean, you know the things I mean, right?
Consonants?
The little voiceless guys. Voiceless obstruents. We can have things that end in voiceless obstruents, even if they're stops. It's the voiced obstruents that we can't have them end in. That's right.
Because it gets devoiced.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So ut comes out. Sorry. Ut comes out as ut. Ut. I'm sorry. I'm not retroflexing. Ut comes out as ut. It's really hard to distinguish from
Right.
Awful.
It really is.
Okay. This is just a website. I'm sorry. I need to put up a post. But yeah, this is just 100% a website. Like, you can just copy this and go here right now. And actually, the sound changes are already loaded in. If you go up to examples, there's just examplish here or LangTime opossums. And in fact, why don't you just type the URL right into chat right now, Graham? Then everybody can have it. But yeah, I do want to put up a post on Patreon. Also, just an idea. Want to throw in the Ingala sound changes in there as well?
Big project.
It is, but could be cool for those that want to have it and don't want to do the work. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So yeah, ut comes out as ut. And then that leads us to a separate little problem. And you remember how in Ingala our big problem was we had like everything that started with L. Well, if we go back to this, if you remember, we decided our word for one was going to be And if we have something that's starting out as ut, and it's going to become a postposition, chances are it's probably going to wind up being as well.
Graham just said if we send the sound changes from the document, it'll happen.
Nice.
That will happen. Nice. Thank you in advance.
Yeah. So ut is probably not going to work because we don't want two things that are exactly the same that close, I guess.
What about at?
Oh my god. Are you trying to screw us?
Wouldn't dream of it. But here's the thing. We make leaving at
Oh my god. So that's counter-slewing.
So
I now think that we have to do it. Let's counter-slew this.
I'm gonna be so confused at some point. What was "at"? To leave.
Yeah, that's just coming
It's
out
from.
Something really embarrassing I did a couple of times in Game of Thrones was second person singular in Spanish ends with an S, and then the third person singular doesn't end; it just ends with a vowel. It's exactly the opposite in High Valyrian. So second person ends with a vowel, and third person ends in S, and I did screw that up a couple of times. And fans noticed, and they were trying to save me. Like, is this just like a formality distinction? I'm like, oh yeah, totally.
That's exactly what it was. So yeah, Jasmine says chapped and sclewed, and Psycho Donkey votes for counter-sclewing, and Tanguy says it has to be "at."
Yeah, it does have to be odd. Okay, let's add this to our little list of verbs, and I promise this is going to get in the lexicon eventually. We just need to settle all of these questions. So that is to leave, and that means that the postposition is just going to be "a." Okay.
Right.
And then, and what is it? From?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll put type that in there, just for the purposes of searching. Okay. What's our word for bite? Izga.
Our word for bite is "izga."
No, great. Of course. First thing that we do. Izga.
What if the T remains if it ends in a vowel?
But doesn't mean
Izga.
anything. It's the T's on the wrong side.
It is. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
There.
Izga. Izga.
Izga. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. It's gonna be a Dothraki thing. Just consecutive. What's the term that you use when it's like? It's not the nucleus of the vowel. It's like its energy. You know, like
The sonority?
no. It's like a word like pulsations, but it's like when you say something like cooperate or react or re-eat, for example. Like, you don't say that there's like, you know, you could say, I don't know, that's a weird word, but like,
It is.
how about like re-even, you know? Like, if you're evening something and then you need to re-even it. Okay.
Sure. Or how about re-elect, or I don't know.
But those aren't the same vowel. Anyway, so like you can get two consecutive vowels in English, right? In instances where you have this prefix. And you don't always insert a glottal stop. You can. And you don't always insert a glide. Instead, it's just two, like, you know? It's like the articulators don't move, but it's not a long vowel. It's like there's two full pulsations. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like little bitty throbs.
Is it? And there's a fancier word than just gliding.
But it's not gliding. No. It has to do with the. Gosh, it has to do with the energy associated with the vowel. Like it's peak energy. You know, because it's like you know, vowels do that too, right?
Multiple peaks.
Like. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know any like I know
like
the
seeing.
concept. I know that.
You know,
What's
like seeing. You know, it's the same vowel, seeing, right? But you get
Okay, so
this is
interesting. My vowel is slightly different.
Oh yeah.
Those.
Your consonant is probably slightly different too. You know, I don't have a velar nasal there.
You don't?
Nope.
What?
It's our entire dialect group. We just don't have velar nasals there.
All right, say it again.
Seeing.
Okay.
And it's different, and that's still different from seeing, you know?
Ooh, Oh, Jake says in Spanish it's called, well, I would imagine it would be pronounced the way Spanish would, hiato.
Yeah,
Would it be
hiato.
hiatus then? Vowel hiatus?
It comes from the same root, hiato.
See, and Graham, that's how I say it. I actually pull back my vowel at the end of seeing. So I actually have two different vowels there.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the standard way. That's the...
As long as we acknowledge that for once I'm the one that has the standard way.
I mean, of course. I mean, you just listen to us. You're the one that could jump right in and be a news anchor.
Oh.
Okay.
Dominic says maybe diuresis.
It's diuresis. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
I was standard for like a minute.
Here we go.
And
here we go. Sprecherfuchs. That's cute, by the way. Sprecherfuchs. It's seen, seeing, seeing.
But what's the last one besides like I'm gonna see you in, like that kind of seeing?
Seen, seeing.
Oh, that's your Okay.
Yeah, we're doing it with the two peaks.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Are we still good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine. I mean, this is the way I've always been. You're on board. You're on board with my nonsense.
I mean, I don't say it that way if that's what you're asking, and I mean, other than saying I say it differently. Okay, so we still need.
Yeah. So yes, two issues left. One, needing a word for stand so that we can get our at. But two is deciding if we're good with just this verb being here with nothing.
Okay. Which verb?
Any. So like,
Oh.
are we saying that this is going to be our construction and that we're happy with it? That we're going to use just the bare infinitive form of the verb?
I see what you're saying. Cool. Alk says nay for stand. Nay.
What? Wait.
Nay. N-E, but it would be the epsilon.
So
or the schwa.
So
Alk, did you want the schwa or the epsilon? We'll wait for that. Do you have any particular sounds that you want or you don't want?
Well, I was just thinking that that's exactly like a preposition in Lingala, our preposition for with.
Oh, no problem, Alk. I just wanted to clarify which one you were interested in.
Hold on, but I think
it can be hard to type in IPA.
I think that's going to come out as knee. Sure thing. That's going to come out as knee. As in the Knights Who Say.
As in the what?
The Knights Who Say.
Knights Who Say.
Knee?
No.
You heard of the Monty Python?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Parts of it?
Oh my god. Oh boy.
Okay.
I know that somebody in the comments got it. That's why I said it. They were talking about Monty Python.
Yeah,
Wow.
Graham says we are the Knants who say me. Okay, so did you write that out anywhere? No, you didn't. How do you feel about that? Me.
I want it longer.
Longer how?
I want it to have a coda consonant. It's not going to show up in the postposition, but it's going to show up in the verb. So give us Well, we already lost a T, for goodness sakes, so we can probably lose anything. Throw up a consonant. Whoever suggested net, give us a consonant. Your favorite.
That would be alk. Alk, what consonant do you want at the end of this? Jake says the way you say Python disgusts me.
What? Me
How
or
do
you?
you say it?
Wait.
I don't know. Did I say it? Oh, alk says F. So
Oh, that's perfect.
The closest we have would be that voiceless bilabial.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fricative, and that would be perfect.
Yeah.
No. Or neef.
Oh. Oh.
Does it change to nape?
Oh my goodness. This is interesting.
I'm waiting for the result. Am I reading that right? Is it ni?
Yeah, ni. So, anyway, but yeah, like, who? The USians in general?
Jay, we both, because we're American. We say Python on instead of Python.
Do you really say Python?
I don't, but...
Unbelievable. We're going to have to do an entire episode just like this, just so that we can say Monty Python correctly, apparently.
Yeah, you don't want to hear my British accent.
I think I do.
I'm not. I can hear it in my head, and then it comes out all wrong, and it just sounds really awful.
Think Emma Watson. You can do it.
So, do we like that as our...
No, okay. So the thing that interested me is that I believe the sound change that causes epsilon to raise, either at the beginning or the end of a word, happens so late that it does not instantiate palatalization, which means that we could have like ni versus ni, and that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Which means that we're definitely going to have to make a distinction in the romanization, which we keep putting it off.
Cool. Okay. So is that it then, or do you want to play around with another root?
Well...
Got it?
Well, here's the thing. By adding the consonant, we made it so that the raises earlier, which means that it instantiates palatalization, which means that now it's not ni, it would be ni as our postposition. Are we good with that? Do you like ni?
I do.
Okay.
Do you?
Let's write it up and see what it feels like. Okay. You guys, I kind of like that. Kind of like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Tanguy, we're gonna miss you.
Au revoir. What's the normal way of saying goodbye in French? Ciao? Y'all say ciao still? People still say that?
I say stay grammar. It translates to any language and no languages simultaneously.
Fantastic.
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm down for ni.
Okay. Cool. So now we can turn our attention to this.
Oh, my beloved cheese. Hey, David.
Yeah.
I think we just made it somewhere.
All right. Let's celebrate with a previously unopened Kopiko.
I know. I'm checking very, very closely. Making sure. Okay.
I feel this is probably a good time to talk about how you betrayed me. If for anybody who follows Jesse's Instagram.
And you know what's funny is I was like, I should probably tell David that I have these. And I was like, I'll just post it on Instagram. And then sure enough, you were... Yeah, I did. And for people who don't follow me, I'll show you in a second why he's burned.
Kopiko, the flavor of betrayal. Never
No,
has it
no.
tasted so
The
sweet.
flavor of betrayal is this one.
Oh, how dare you! How dare
But I mean,
you!
this is a regular one. Sorry.
Of course, I wanted to try the cappuccino ones, but I was like, no, I will hold off until it's an appropriate time.
They sell them as 2-packs. These came together in one order. And so you can get that too.
Apple ginger gin gin palm oil free? What?
Jasmine's roommate just gave her Kopiko so she could enjoy it on Thursdays.
Hey, nice.
All right, and Alk is ready for us to write
Oh, this is so good.
into the little list of lexicon that we have going.
That's a very good point. I was really excited at first because I thought that we were going to be able to get away with having two related forms that were radically different. And we might be able to still, but I feel like we kind of ended up liking ye, so we can just leave it as is.
Yeah.
And this is to stand, and it's also at. We'll call that the adjective. It may end up being a general locative, and so we'll call that locative as well, just in case. Okay.
All the fancy words.
All right. Good. Okay. So, but now we really got to talk about this verb. So, just leave it.
Which one?
Just leave it.
Iska?
Anything, any verb. Are we just going to leave it as an infinitive, or are we going to do something with it?
That's a great question. Are we going to have any subject-verb agreement in general?
No.
Okay. We going to have tense marking? Aspect marking?
Something. We're gonna have something on the auxiliary. That's going to become a suffix. So, that's what we're doing. Somehow, we'll get there.
Okay. I don't know. My current thought is to leave it in bare form.
Okay.
But I may change my mind once we actually get auxiliaries.
I think I can be okay living with that level of uncertainty for a while.
Because, I mean, it has to end. We'll figure it out at some point, so.
Yeah. Sooner or later, but yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Then we can move on to the next bit, which was...
And it's still not the original bit?
No, we're so far from the original bit. But let's...
Sorry, did you intend the pun? You did not.
Wait. Maybe some aspect of my psyche did.
We'll move on to the next bit, which is the past participle of bite, which we're dealing with bite. No. Okay.
Oh, that's good. Can eat. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to delete that because we don't need it. This is good. We need to keep this. All right. And so we no longer have with. So we are back to possum, sap, and how we get that to mean the sticky possum.
At.
I was about to say from. Give me your argument first.
maybe it's just because our particular example, but like, if you're at sap, if you're standing in sap, you're going to be sticky.
And if
You're at it.
if you've come from it, you are now sticky.
Okay, so yeah.
We couldn't do something as absolutely nuts as like if you're intentionally this thing, then you use ni, and if you're unintentionally this thing, you use ah. Like we couldn't possibly do that, could we?
Okay.
So like, you know, a little child.
Semantically, I want it to almost be backwards, but you're right. Intentionally, you would need to be standing it. Therefore, it would be the ah.
Yeah.
Are we that crazy?
I think that we are, honestly.
Because I kind of like that.
I know. I don't like it too. Is there anybody to talk us off this ledge? As Karos is saying, yes, do it.
Do it. Of course you could. Yes, intriguing. Yeah. That's all the support I needed. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, and now, yeah, we just
Holy crap.
jump off the edge. Go for it.
I seriously cannot believe we're doing this. I've never even heard of something like this, and yet it makes sense.
It's almost though like a habitual kind of thing, right? Because like especially for some of the adjectives we're going to have, sticky is a very specific one, but like if you think of happy or joyful or something like that, and if you mark it with that intentionality, then it'll be like you're perpetually that way.
Actually, let's take a look at that real quick. So we have the sticky opossum and the happy opossum. I still want to feel like from happy means like you've been made happy or something. Or like something has made you happy. And so like it has come to you, it has come upon you. The happiness has come upon you. As opposed to being generated by you. Like you couldn't help it and you are now happy. That's ah. Whereas like ni, if you're at there, it's like, you know, you've sought it out and you're there.
But if you seek out happiness, then aren't you going to be more perpetually happy than a person who doesn't?
So you're going to take it a step further? All right.
No?
I mean, how could I complain? All right. Okay. This means we're going to have two different types of adjectives, right? Ones that describe temporary states and one that describe more permanent statuses.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of marking it like with a form of B, every adjective gets marked.
Wow. By the way, if you is there any way we can have a word that sounds like stay?
That sounds like stay?
Because
is this going to be Grumps Day?
No, we could have something like, I don't know, Stee. Where is it? Show me what I want to see.
That has to happen. What?
It'll mean
tree.
It'll
a
mean
tree.
Yeah, it'll mean the sticky something. What should it mean?
Tree.
The sticky
The
tree?
sticky tree.
The sticky tree? Oh, wow.
Ooh, the sticky leaf. How about the sticky leaf?
The sticky leaf. Okay. Hold on. Let's go to our sound change applier to see exactly what we can get. All right. Let's do. I need to take one of their. Actually, if you're here, by the way, can you do something so like the turned e that we use is also accepted as schwa? That would be cool. Let's see what that comes out as. Chi. Okay. Okay. So chi. That's gonna palatalize every time, isn't it? Oh, it's gonna palatalize every time. We don't have anything going
because
to.
of them. What if? Oh, Graham wants to know how to get the turn D that you use.
I don't know. Just find a different one in Unicode. It's the other one. There's two of them. Get the other one.
David's the best at answering questions like that.
Sorry.
What if we... No, there's really going to be no way we're going to get anything close to an A sound, are we?
Yeah. I mean, we can just do an ah, right?
I think it would have to be. Keras made a suggestion.
Yeah.
With a protoform.
Let's see what that comes out as.
Sta. I mean, at least that's better than shti.
Stuch. Stuch.
I mean, it's closer.
Is it? Is stuch closer than shti? I don't know.
No. Okay. For a minute, I thought the answer would be yes. Which one do you... I like how we're doing an entire discussion just to get... Oh,
Yeah.
It does take away palatalization.
It does, yeah.
Stahlgrammar. I mean, it's going to be gone. Yeah.
Stahlgrammar. I kind of like that.
That actually sounds nice.
Yeah. There we go. Ah.
Stahlgrammar. Oh my gosh, that's going to make me so happy.
Okay. Let's just... Okay. I'm writing this down. Oh wait, I already had it. Leaf? You wanted?
I think so, because what would naturally be something sticky that maybe they would want to talk about so that way they would actually say this phrase?
I mean, it's a phrase. You could use it for anything. This could be their most popular in.
Right, but like, I just wanted something that made sense for it to become a popular phrase.
I mean, do those in names ever make sense?
Very true. So, sticky leaf, yeah. Leaf sounds good, right?
Yeah. Ah, love it. All right.
Oh, and there's lots of bug, honey, food.
So help me if any of you show up at my funeral and say rest in grammar. Okay.
Oh, Graham says it should be happiness, because then it's like sticky happiness, as in may it always stay with you.
No. But then we'll have to figure out how to do nominal forms of adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
That'll send us down a whole other track.
All right, so I think we're done shaving that part of the yak.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Okay, and obviously we haven't made a note of this yet, so I'm going to add this here. Is used for is used after adjectives that how do we put this?
These were the ones that were intentional, right?
No, unintentional.
Unintentional.
That have befallen.
Semantically, my brain wants to go the opposite direction, but that's okay.
That have befallen an opossum.
Because you're standing and it
Unawares.
comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's unintentional. Okay.
The idea is that you can control where you're at, hopefully.
Right. Jasmine says now we need to figure out how to say the shaven yak. Is shaven? Is it shaven? Yeah. Not shaved.
It's not shove?
Shaven. Shove. At this point, I'd believe any of them.
For adjectives that.
I'm riding out my Copico sugar high.
I've ever told you how I react to caffeine? It's not good.
Have I told you how I react without it in the morning?
Yeah, I literally, I cannot imagine like doing that much caffeine every day, especially in the morning. Oh my God, I would just love coffee flavor though, and love the smell.
It is very nice.
Intentional states. I think
and Mike says shaved.
I think that'll be enough for us to remember. So I can write a better description in the grammar and then in the lexicon, but this will be enough. Put a pin in that, by the way. This will be enough. We'll remember. But I feel like it's okay.
So if someone can please be taking notes. Magpie says, how does the adjective distinction work when talking about inanimates? I think they would almost... That's...
Oh, same type of thing. Same type of thing. So, like, imagine a box. Wait. Okay, no, like, imagine a tree, all right? And you're talking about a tree and you're talking about its color. Okay, this isn't going to work exactly, of course, because possums only see in black and white. But imagine they could see in color, and they could assign a color to a tree. And that color was brown, because that's what we see. And so you would say that the tree is intentionally brown. Not because it tried to be, but because that is its natural state. However, if you've ever seen a painted tree, you might say, like I've actually seen a tree painted a different color of brown, you would say that this tree is unintentionally brown. In other words, somebody else made it brown. Are you following this?
Totally. Who painted a tree another shade of brown?
I'll send you a photo later. So in India, and I still couldn't figure out why this was, but all of the trees were painted like a deeper reddy brown up to a point, and then there was a white line, and then after that it was just tree. I think it may have had something to do with insects. Like it kept them off. Like that's the
okay.
But yeah, it's like all the trees, they all had this delightful pattern.
I just was thinking that it was like a graffiti artist and they thought this was the best joke ever to paint the tree another shade of brown. Like, why?
Jasmine is saying it's actually a pesticide, not paint. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I was right about the cause, but not about what it was.
But the color brown nonetheless would be unnatural and therefore would be the ah.
The yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. No, so yeah, the look I was giving you was all about me trying to understand why someone would paint a tree brown. That's all. I understood exactly what you meant, and I like it.
All right, good. Excellent. Yep, see, just at the bottom. That's a weird thing.
Okay. So are we ready for the next stage?
Yeah, so... yes. By the way, this is starting to remind me a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of Albanian. Because Albanian has this weird schwa that they put in between like a noun and an adjective. I've never been able to figure out the distribution or reason or like where exactly it's placed, but it's like some sort of a connector between nouns and adjectives. And so it brings back fond memories of Albanian.
Sorry. If you were still going, Graham was just asking, I think you want Latin small letter turned E, not Latin small letter schwa.
Yeah, and so let me say that to you. I think you want Latin small letter turned E and not Latin small letter schwa. Can you please write a rule that basically says either one of those is the same for our purposes? I would love that.
Okay. So I have a question then.
Yes.
Can we... Oh, God, why is this not highlighting? There we go. Oh, you're on a different page than me, but up above where
Yeah.
we have the possum of with stickiness, the possum of with sap.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean we're done with that note?
Yes, and in fact, we should write. No, don't delete it. No, yes, yes, delete it because we're not doing that anymore.
Right.
We're not doing it. Right.
And I didn't want to get confused when we see it later and we think
Yeah.
that we're supposed to do that.
Yes, delete it away. Okay. I'll you know what? I'm gonna do something new.
As well as the possum sticky and the
Yeah.
possum the sticky one.
You know what? I got it. All right. So, and then same thing. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. All right. Equals, right? Come on, be cool. And this is the sticky opossum that has made itself sticky on purpose. Sticky opossum. And
Little
I see it.
mischievous
I
possum.
see it. That has had stickiness thrust upon it. There.
Your wordings crack me up.
Okay. I think we're ready to move on to the next step. I think we're getting very close to actually being able to get to the original problem that started us down this rabbit hole. Okay.
Do you think it started us down a possum burrow?
What?
Because they
possums-
burrow.
they
Did
burrow.
you know that?
They live do they live in warrens? Or how is a burrow different from a warren?
Oh, it's much shallower, but they burrow
Hmm.
to sleep.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Jasmine said the sap thrustin possum. That is a great little adjective thing going on there. Yeah, the original problem
Is down here.
is the color that I thought was orange.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
okay, even if you thought it was orange, that's not like, Canon orange, right? That's not like orange. That's not like my microphone. By the way, if you ever want to see this, that's my microphone.
No, it is not like that.
Ooh, and it's staying. It's kind of nice. Is it in frame? No, it's not. Oh,
No.
how lovely. Good. Stay there. Good microphone. Okay. Definitely gold. Jasmine's turning on you.
Jasmine already turned on that one last time, though, so that doesn't count. Like, I already knew that was Jasmine's opinion on this particular one, and I agree that on the screen yours looks golden. Mine looks rusty orange.
Do you dust it in light orange? It's just a way of...
As I do most things in my house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. The font and microphone actually look to have quite similar colors on my monitor. Come on.
I'm telling you, there's an orangey quality.
This is orange. All right.
Yes. Okay. What was our next step?
So we're trying to decide how to do duals and plurals, and we decided that we were going to have numbers.
Good call, Jake. Mm-hmm.
We decided that we were going to have numbers follow the nouns that they modify.
Yes.
And so then we have examples of these, and this is basically a dual, right? Nunchi.
Yes.
And we decided that that's how we're going to do it. So then we decided to also try to take care of our case and number system by figuring out plurality and our partitive / genitive. So that is where we are at. But we ran into a problem of where the modifier was going to be and where the modified was going to be. Thank you, Ragdoll.
Right.
Okay.
Alk says neither of us is right. I like Alk. That's good. That's it.
Fine.
Do you say an L there, Alk? Do you get any sort of L?
I thought he was a German speaker. So it's not even orange, it's Oranje.
Okay.
Okay, let's try to reabsorb this problem so we can figure it out. Let's take a moment and just look at nothing but this problem. Focus hard on it.
Very focused.
Mm-hmm. Some say focused.
You just broke it.
Okay.
Because we're doing final.
A group of opossums. This is how we need to figure out of. And this is where we have the issue. It's hard to figure out how this thing is going to be a prefix anymore after all we've done. Alk is French? Oh, wow. Never mind. Toasted sienna.
I don't know, I like Jake's turmeric-y.
Well observed, Cupcake Parade.
How would we get a prefix?
Damn it, Logan. This Stop it. So we were doing child originally.
That was the original plan.
That's how we were doing it. We were saying that the possessor was the modifier, right?
Yes.
And so just like you would say the opossum blue, you would say the child opossum.
Right.
Because
it's the only way that it could work.
Because the head of that phrase is the first one, the child, the head of the phrase. Because that's what we're talking about.
How are you feeling about that now?
Conflicted. Because I can't unhear in my head the adjective noun phrase child opossum, where you're talking about a type of opossum. And so then it feels like that should be the modifier, which means that it should follow opossum and not come before.
Thinking.
Yeah.
But shouldn't there be a distinction though? Because
box mail. So it's mailbox in English, but you would say the box mail. The possums would.
Right.
Kind of like the people that take Zoidberg in the Freedom Day episode, where they say, "Do you want a mug hot cocoa?" Right?
Okay.
Right? That's the same. That scans, right? Because you're talking about a mug. You're not talking about hot cocoa. You're talking about a mug.
Right.
This is the box mail. This is a mug hot cocoa. This is a child opossum. Why can't I unhear that?
Which would mean
A child of an opossum.
yeah, it would. Right?
Yeah.
I think that scans.
Yes. Okay. Let's just trust that it works right now. I want to go to ALK and respond to this, and I'm going to tell you we're not going to do that because I have gone down that road before, and so help me, I regretted it. Hard. It was awful. Trust me, the palatalization is just going to show up lots of times anyway. We don't need more triggers. If you have an entire case where the whole thing is just going to be palatal, it is a mess. This is what I did for Nolith in the Shannara Chronicles. And my God, it was for the accusative. Everything was just too much. It's too much.
Graham has updated the website. It should accept both.
Oh my God, I have to see. Are you sure you want to send the form again? Why would I be hitting the thing? Okay, load example. Oops, sorry. And let's do, let's do a cut. Thank you! Yay! Oh, that's so much easier. It's not your fault, by the way. It's the fault of Unicode. Those two characters shouldn't be there in the first place. And then it's the fault of whatever the IPA program is.
key.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jasmine likes it. Alk likes it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking you, like, Memer, can you put the URL in the chat? Otherwise, I'm going to spend time doing this right now. Here we go. It's coming.
Slowly but surely.
We oh man, I like this URL, by the way. You should do come as you are. Memoria and so on. Lexergy app.sc. Okay.
How are you still typing when the comments already there?
No, I was just holding it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Graham, I think it may have been filtered out because I didn't see one post.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Why? Oh.
But like, since I'm some sort of super admin, did you see it now?
I see it.
Okay, if you see it, then that's probably fine.
Mike is suggesting child protoform of hala. So ain't no hala back girl.
There you go. Rubbing off on you soon. Or wait, we're gonna do the whatchamacallit karaoke episode. It's coming.
Oh, Graham says probably prevented for like spamming self-promotion kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good point.
Cool.
And I guess they don't think that we're going to spam our own chat
Yep.
with shameless self-promotion. I actually said an F there at first.
Okay. So, this is kind of an important thing. Because this is going to be like our one prefix for nouns, and it's going to show up a lot.
Right. So we don't want a high. We want to stay away from the ones that would trigger palatalization. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Just check.
Something like hala could become like ah or al. We've already got kind of an A thing going on.
Yeah.
But then anything that comes at the front, like at the beginning of a word, it's going to end up as one of the cardinal vowels anyway, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so trying to figure out which one is going to do the least damage.
Yeah. So not the high front vowel, can't be that.
No,
and it can't be the other front vowel, so those are out.
Right.
And that leaves us with a, Or
Okay, so what about
that being the carrot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Weak vowel. Okay. By the way, I really liked that album that had Hella Good on it. Thought it was wonderful.
Jasmine, me too. Me too.
Let's see what that.
I'll never be able to speak this language.
Hola. Okay, so if we go with it's going to end up as So you.
Okay. And that's not going to do anything crazy, right?
No. We are already going to have like a... Okay. It takes it out of play for other things, but that does seem pretty simple. So, or and in fact, we could have a distinction between and Yeah, Rocksteady, thank you. And that was a great song too, Rocksteady.
What? Wait. No, that's our word for tongue.
Okay, that's fine. We could do something else.
I was like, I know we have this word.
I mean, we can just throw on any other vowel there. Like, literally, we can just put schwa there, and we'll be fine. It'll end up as if it's got schwa.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I mean, it is another L. Should we... Okay.
Let's get away from the L.
Yeah, okay, so we're good with the vowel. We're good with the vowel. So let's just find a consonant that sparks joy.
What about like a D or something?
Oh. It's a little screwy, isn't it?
Oh, God. I forget. I'm just going for like sounds and I forget that there are English words that maybe are close.
You know, we've been on a German kick. Do we want to do G? You know, like all the past participles?
Let's do that. Hats off to German.
Mm-hmm.
We got S and Z as potential suggestions as well from the chat.
Vergessen Sie nicht. How do you say never in German? Is it just nicht? I don't know. That's nothing. How do you say never?
Niemals.
Niemal. That's right. Or with an S?
Niemals. Niemal.
Ja, einmal, zweimal, niemal.
Manchmal, einmal, niemal. Yeah, no S. I don't know where the S came from. So, okay.
Everybody's saying S
or
and Z.
just me.
I'm
okay,
feeling,
yeah, sure.
Everybody's saying S and Z. I'm feeling good. Does anybody else like G? Do you not like G? Because
I like G.
I love it. Oh, that's not right. Did you use the strict IPA for this? Well, that's not right. Right?
Oh, it is with an S. Niemals or knee. I was right with the S at first. Niemal does not exist. Thank you. Commenters. So I wasn't wrong. Graham says it's just a regular G.
Well, either way, there shouldn't be any way for us to get a G at the end of a word. Or any voiced stop. Should be devoicing, shouldn't it? Look at that. Is that true? Is that true?
Depends on when the vowel is deleted.
Hold on. Let's take a little look-see. All right, running through these things as if it's ending with a G and a schwa. First thing, weak vowel migration. Unstressed position outside the first syllable of the word before the main stress. So no, unaffected. Unaffected. Or whatever. This raises to that. So that's, yeah. Oh. Hang on.
Okay, so Karis is saying if you use the normal G,
Stressed.
not IPAG, it works.
No, I tried it. It doesn't work. D is retroflex. D is retroflex. Thank you. Let's see if that makes a difference. Nope, doesn't make a difference. Look, still there. Okay. Okay, vowel lengthening does not happen because we still got that vowel there. Palatalization doesn't happen. Palatalization 2. Weak vowel loss. Central vowels are lost in between consonants before the main stress of the word. Not affected yet. Yeet doesn't happen. Consonant will spread its voice. Okay. Non-low, long vowels break, resulting no. Word final devoicing. Word final debuckle. Central vowels have been annihilated. Wow.
It's because the voicing.
So we do. We have words that end with voiced stops.
Because the central vowel didn't get deleted till the very end, right?
Wow.
I was typing it in just because people are saying they're getting different results. So I was like, I'm going to try it on mine. And
now, you have to be sure that you're putting in the right thing. Because remember, it's caret, G, schwa. That's the big difference. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, Mike. If you put in what you did, then you get that. And that's what you're supposed to do. But this one, no. You do end up with a voice stop at the end of the word. And that is kind of cool. Okay. Wow. We can really
mess with stuff. And I would like to
stuff.
say a voice stop at the end of the word without a lengthened vowel.
Yeah. Oh my God, we can mess with stuff so much. This is crazy. Oh, we're not fixing this. I love it. Feature, not a bug. Okay.
I was going to say, nothing to fix. It's just how it is.
That is right. There is nothing to fix. Oh, wow, this is so exciting. Also, I knew
all is right with the world.
I knew that this letter existed. Whatever. I'm back on a font kick. Not yet. For later. Okay. Okay. So, let's unthingy this. Let's make this black.
Is it going to be black or dark gray? Are we going to call that navy blue?
6 zeros. That is black. By definition. Absence of everything. Okay. No, it's absorbing everything. You should know this. You're the physics person. Black. It's absorbing everything, right?
It absorbs, yeah.
Yeah.
White reflects everything.
Yes. And so, but what that means is that all the lights are coming at your eyes. And with black, none of the lights are coming at your eyes. Yes, now I get it. I liked that part of physics.
And Jake, the poll topic, if nothing else comes up in the next 15 minutes, is likely going to be about whether we have dual pronouns.
Yeah.
And if we do, how far that will extend.
I hate to do this, but I think that I have to do it for my own sanity. Okay. Singular, dual, plural, and then nominative and partitive. Will's way too old for this, but do you know Dragons Love Tacos? The book, picture book, Dragons Love Tacos?
No.
It's pretty charming. Okay. All right, we need 2 We need 2 words. We need 2 nouns. We need one that begins with a vowel and one that begins with a consonant.
Okay, well, obviously possum is one of them.
That's right. So I need to grab it from somewhere.
And, well, we've got nose is knan.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
And then possum starts with a vowel. So there we go. Possum and nose.
Okay. And then knan, right? That's a long vowel. Okay. Okay, good. All right. This cell's all good. That one's done. And now, kananchi, does it have a long vowel or doesn't? Kananchi.
It does not.
Kananchi. And then zich. How does that become dual?
Very painfully. Would it just be the she at the end?
What's its protoform?
It is, just a second, that's up above. It is caret Z, I, and then bilabial fricative.
Let's see what we got. Good. And
oh, wait, we already have it. Right there.
What?
Right beside it. We have the dual.
Well, let's just take a look and make sure that it actually comes out right on the sound change plier. Yep. Nope. Almost. Very close to coming out right.
Oh, because it's got the she instead of the she.
Yeah. This might have been a weird artifact thing where it's just we're doing it, and so we did it. So that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we have the singular and the dual nominative. Next is going to come the partitive. So the partitive is going to be ug, which is going to be the word for child. So our word for child is actually wet. Ug, right? Ug is just child.
Right.
Okay.
Did we write that down anywhere?
No, we didn't. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Reminds me of the song "Winds of March" by Journey. No, I'm sorry. That becomes good. Child. And so.
Graham says you need to put the stress on the epsilon for it to work.
Is it stressed?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Just like a...
Using the acute accent.
I mean, I can't do that on an epsilon.
You know, you can do the shift at 2.
It did work, though, even though it added an extra thingy there. Cool. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay, so here we have Lujih and Uknan. We good?
Okay.
Okay. We're happy so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Lujih, Uknan. Do we remember if these were supposed to be stressed word finally? Is that what we were doing?
If you look, that's a good question.
Dang, does anybody remember? Were we doing ulashi, and gnanshi? Oh, that's actually.
But I mean, it wouldn't palatalize at all anywhere, right? Unless it's. Oh wait. Mike says, I thought we were dragging stress all the way back all the time.
It's also a solid argument. It was probably final stress. It was probably. Okay. Okay. So then, that's kind of a big deal, right? Are we? How are you feeling about this with the g and the prefixes?
So far, good. I'm just staring at a mass of letters that I'm like, I can't even begin to say those. But yeah.
You know, that's how I felt like looking at some of your early languages, right? They like didn't make any sense to me, just phonologically. I'm like, what am I looking at?
You're welcome.
Okay. I think this is going to be a lot easier once we do the romanization.
Sure. I mean, once we do the romanization, though, I'm going to forget that what their IPA counterparts are, and I'm just going to start saying it like I'm an English speaker, speaking possum. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
You will, Jasmine. You will.
You can see one of them. One of them is up on Fiat Lingua, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, Gnoma
yes.
is. So if you go to Fiat Lingua and look up author Jessie Sams, you'll see one of her languages, and there will be another one coming next year. Okay. And then more to follow.
What are we doing for plural?
Group. So it's like...
so we need a word.
Yeah, and it was going to be built off of the partitive.
Right.
So another prefix.
Right. You wanted prefixes. Here we go.
Yeah, this is gonna get a little long. I think it's got to be, and I mean has to be. It has to be a shoot, I'm losing my word. Strident, sibilant, whatever. It needs to be an SE thing. It's got to be an SE thing. It's got to be because it can just attach directly to the front of both. So
why not just S?
Well, the question is, what word is it going to come from? And so I think that what we're probably going to be doing is probably a monosyllabic word, and it's probably going to be like S followed by some non-front vowel, because we need that. Probably schwa, and maybe ending in H. So.
By the way, Graham says that once we do have a romanization, he can actually set up the sound change thing to produce both IPA and romanization.
That's amazing. God, it's so good. It's so good. It's way better than sound change applier. Thank you.
And then Mike says, what about protoform HS caret? Do that? Stop.
The answer is probably yes. But it's not a very heavy word. That's why I wanted a coda. I'm really leaning towards sa. Sa.
Oh, not sup.
Not sup. Sup. Sup.
That's how they say hi. Sup.
Yeah. Oh, za. That actually is kind of exciting.
Za or shof.
Sax on the beach. Za. Za. That's kind of exciting. Let me see what happens. Just gonna put Z in front of stuff. Just see what happens. Oh, but in order to do that, I have to press the Z character. I don't know if you knew that. It's kind of a new thing. Ooh, it voices. Ooh, oh boy. Oh, we better talk about this. We better sit down a moment and think about this. Whoops. This thing is going to spread its voicing feature. This prefix is going to spread its voicing feature to whatever follows it. And so that means if we have Z, it will glide just right into the G. Though actually now I wonder if that would retain the too. Is good. Let's say it drops off. Let's say it drops off. But like, so it'll become zg if we do that. Oh. But it's built off the partitive. So the only two relevant segments are g and That's it. That's the only thing this is ever going to attach to. So, this is the big question. Everybody really needs to think about this. This is huge. Do you want the plurals to be z and zg, or do you want them to be s and sk? So are we like leaning heavy, like, Italian Sbarros, because that's what I always think of, or are we going ska? And I know that we have talked about No Doubt already, so the pump is a little primed.
It's Bananas. I don't know. I personally know which one I'm leaning toward, but I'm curious to see what other people say. We've already got one vote for Z and one for S.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to put off the dual poll and just do that as the poll?
Shoot. But when I want a certain one to win, it never does.
Do you want a certain one to win?
I do.
Oh my. Oh, this is getting interesting.
Yeah. So.
I mean.
But Applesauce Project is saying do it. Gosh. The poll. All right. I'm gonna trust y'all. I'm not going to tell you what I want.
It came out well for me last week. It could come out well for you this week.
It usually doesn't. When I don't care, it's always fine. It's when I do care that it's like, no, we're going to go for this other option.
I have a feeling I know what you want, but I'm not 100%
That's right,
sure.
Cupcake Parade. That's how your name is pronounced. That's right. I'm sorry. Okay, so later I'm going to see if I'll have to have you make a prediction and see if you're right. But you can't say it on camera because my face may give it away if I agree or disagree.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna put this into a color. Let's see. I guess dark blue, because this is dark blue to you, right?
I'm waiting to see which. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice.
But no.
Purple.
It matches your shirt. It's very nice.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I couldn't say the word purple.
Really? What did you say?
And so do you remember, since we're totally done, right?
Yeah.
So do you remember there used to be a show on TV called The Popples?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, great. So my first pair, and we can talk more about this another day, my first pair of real shoes that I got to just buy straight from a regular shoe store had the Popples on them. But they were also purple. Couldn't say the word purple, and so I just called them my Popple shoes.
Oh.
That's how it came out. I was 7.
Nice. Meridian is still doing bilabial trills.
Nice.
For bread.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Oh, I've recorded a theme song to this Cupcake Parade 70s cartoon. Okay, now. Nice. Okay. All right. We're going to do it.
So we know our poll?
That's the poll.
And?
I guess
wow.
I feel like maybe we goofed off a little, but I mean, we tore through this. Like, we actually got to the end of this.
Right? Like, I'm actually really proud of, because we have so many random grammar decisions done right now.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, we can build off stuff from here on out. Because, I mean, after this, if this is really it for nouns, the next thing that we got to do is deal with these crazy verbs.
Right.
Yeah. And start writing this up, and then also maybe do a romanization one day.
You know, that would be helpful so we could actually start entering things in the dictionary.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we can actually start entering nouns right now, as soon as we're done with this poll, because we'll have the relevant.
Okay, next week when we pick back up, I have to write this down somewhere because otherwise it doesn't exist if I don't write it down. When we pick back up, we find out what the plurals are. The very next thing we do is talk about romanization.
Yes, I'm doing it. I'm writing it down too. So it's double certified.
All right. So we're going to do plural, announce, and then romanization. And then that should be like everything else after that is just more of what we want. I don't think there's any outstanding issues that we still need to discuss, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yes, let's do that. Yeah.
Anime fan, you are correct that episode 209 will be in 2 weeks because next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Oh, man, we're going to have to double remember.
Oh, and I wrote next week.
So there we go.
December 3rd.
There we go. Romanization.
Oh my gosh, that's the cutest. That is the cutest. I love it.
Turning it into Little Roman. Okay. Got it. Oh, where did my black pen go? Oh.
Excellent.
Oh man, Bubblegum Baroque Sunshine Pop Project. I mean, geez, you're just saying all the words I like together. Yeah, and that's probably what we're going to have to do, Keon. It's going to be a mess. There's going to be a lot of Y's. They're going to be everywhere.
And I mean, I do like Y's, but after a while they stop making sense when there's too many in one word.
Yeah.
It's a good letter, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. Okay. So, that's it. We're there.
Sta grama.
Sta grama. Sta grama.
We will see you all in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And enjoy Thanksgiving if you enjoy it. If not, enjoy the day anyway.
Regardless, stay healthy.
Yes. All right. Bye, everybody.